We're jumping into some medium mech tactica. And in this vlog, we're going to explore the Griffin, one of my favorite machines that if you can get it to operate within the parameters expected of it, it delivers the best that a medium mech can deliver. Now, I pushed up to my Battletech playlist here on the channel. A couple of weeks ago, we were exploring kind of the fundamentals of each weight class: light, medium, heavy, and assault. And I want to recap just a little bit of that for medium mechs because it's important to framework and it's important for understanding, in my opinion, the complete tactica of the Griffin. So in the narrative, medium mechs are the workhorse. They do most of the heavy lifting in Battletech. Tactica-wise, in the tech manual and the mech record sheets, you've got some good speed. You've got some good jump capability on most of the mechs. You've got enough armor that you could take a couple of hits. We're going to do our best not to get hit. You also now have enough tonnage where your primary weapons and secondary weapons can mount a little bit more damage. They've got some staying power. They've got some damage output. They've got some maneuverability. And if you're playing with C-bills or battle value, they're in that mid-range band. Yes, they're more expensive than a light mech, but you're not committing to heavies and assaults, which could be a significant chunk of your battle value, C-bills, tonnage, whatever currency that you're utilizing on the table. So when we explore the Griffin, the first thing that we notice, and we're talking stock, you've got a PPC and a long-range missile pack. This is at first glance, a long-range mech. It has two weapons that pair very, very well, and against medium and lighter machines, that combination is really interesting because the PPC delivers the punch, 10 points to a location, and then once you punch through that location, or if another machine or mech or vehicle punches through, now you've got the spread of the long-range missiles to hopefully kind of crit seek and hunt for that. So that combination makes the Griffin a very, very interesting machine where it can, in theory, settle a fight a little bit earlier. And we explored this idea of damage in Battletech, where you've got your armor, you're taking hits, and once it goes to internals, that's where interesting things happen. Do you have ammunition in there? Do you have primary weapons? Do you have heat sinks, which depending on the inner sphere mech could be an issue or not? Engine hits, gyro hits, weapon hits, sensors, other components, mobility hits. As soon as it goes to internals, things kind of snowball really, really fast. And to get that internal hit, roll for crit, confirm crit, check it, every hit helps. So with that combination of the PPC to punch through and follow up with those LRMs to strip the armor, to possibly get to a crit, that creates things very, very interesting. Now, this is where I tend to operate, where personally I want to operate with the Griffin. Can it work at extreme long range? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If I'm in range, I'm going to take that shot because, well, do I want to waste a 12 right now on the hit? No, I'd rather get that on the damage chart, location chart to see. But hey, we're in range. We're going to take some shots because you never know. It's got a little bit of redundancy in that you've got two weapons that are matched with range and you can shoot. So yes, I'm going to take it. But that's not the most efficient place because it's only two weapons firing. Now, on the opposite end, if I'm short range, now I'm in trouble because I've got two weapons with minimums and I don't have any other secondary backup weapons or really close in type weapons. I don't want to get squeezed in that way, so I'm going to use the mobility to get the heck out of there. Or if I'm part of another lance or I've got some combined arms, total warfare tanks, we're going to utilize that. But where the Griffin operates is that medium range band. So I don't have the extreme range modifiers working against me. I've got the medium or the short range, for me anyway, modifiers. And I'm trying to cut down by, in theory, to be as stable as possible by not necessarily jumping or running. But if I can stay at that keeps my modifiers down. That gives me the best odds to punch through and hit you. So that short to medium range for me, or that medium range band, is where I want to operate. And tactically, what I'm looking to do is use the mobility of this machine to dance, to operate, to stay at that distance. Now, here's how this also plays into medium mechs. Gives it a little bit more staying power. If I can operate at that range, tactica-wise, on the offense, that's good for me. The defense, it's also good because it's going to shift short-range weapons, tactically short-range weapons that are firing at me to a longer range. And likewise, long-range weapons shooting at me, it's going to put them at the same range band, or if I can shift back a little bit higher. I'm trying to stay out of point-blank range, not only because my weapons are not efficient for that, but that'll make my armor last longer. That will have my armor hold up more. That'll give the survivability of the medium mechs because, you've got some armor now. You're mounting a couple of armors. You could maybe take a hit. You could take a few hits. You could shift a few hits. Unlike light mechs, where if you get hit, that's it. So a perfect example, in my opinion, of now we're jumping into mediums. You've got that the trifecta there of speed, armor, and weapons. Utilizing that with this machine, if I can operate at that mid to short band and dance there, I'm going to open you up with that PPC 10 points. Then I'm going to try and sneak in a long-range missile or two, confirm crit, and hopefully end the fight earlier than expected. And if I can do that, now we start shifting initiative. We start weakening your lance. It gives me a possibility to outflank, bring more stuff to the table, tactically jumping in to medium mechs.